Hello, peeps. Okay, today is day 20. I'm gonna walk a mile. One more day. And yes, I am still in my work clothes because I have to do this right now. One, because I'm hurting. And I know that as soon as I sit down or lay down or whatever it is I'm gonna do, once I get out of these clothes and everything, it's gonna be over. There's no walking. There's no anything. None of that's going to happen. So, welcome to my Lupus world. Majesty's Lupus life. Yay! Not really. So, let me just tell you guys about today. And it was interesting because I haven't had any sleep. I don't know that you can tell looking at my face and all. I haven't had any sleep. Okay. So, I started doing some work last night. And when I started doing the work last night, I was sitting down, minding my own business, and guess what? I got stressed. Oh, and I'm telling you, I got really, really, really stressed because of what I was looking at. And my reaction, I'm such a perfectionist. I always like for things to just really be right. And mind you, I'm working on a freestanding ER opening this Saturday. Today is Monday. The paperwork I was looking at is for that, right? So it's kind of important because, hey, time's almost out. So really, I'm looking at somebody else's work. I'm double checking somebody else's work, and I discovered that they did not do what they were supposed to do, right? At least not completely. So now I know that means that I'm going to have to do what they didn't do in order to do it right, because I don't have to do things. And I think patient care is like a top of what we're supposed to be doing. And I don't want any of my patients to suffer because something wasn't done. As I'm sitting there, I literally could see my leg start swelling. And not just my leg, my foot. I had a knot like this on my foot. And I'm sitting. I'm not standing. I'm not sitting at a desk. I'm at home on my sofa when this started happening. And I knew that this was totally stress driven. I knew this was, that's the things like that happen with me with lupus, just out of the blue. Stuff happens and I have these pains and things, and because inflammation is stress in your body is inflammation. And I know it happens when you eat foods that are inflammatory, when you don't take time to rest and do yoga, which I haven't been doing, and you don't de-stress, which I haven't been doing. You go take a job, and that job, although it pays you well, brings a lot more stress in your life. Guess what? You gain 30 pounds, which I have done, and your body starts telling you stop, which my body is, which is why I'm stopping. Another story for another time. So then I said, okay, I need to try to go to bed so I can get up, right? And I normally do not have any trouble sleeping whatsoever. I don't care if I drink a Coke or whatever. Because I have lupus, when it's time for me to go to sleep, I just go on to sleep. No problem. Not last night. Not this morning. No, no, no. All of a sudden, I gotta use the bathroom. Just gotta pee for no reason. I gotta pee again. I gotta pee again. Gotta pee again. Gotta pee again. Tossing and turning, cannot sleep. Finally get up because I gotta go to work. I go into work. I get some of my team members to help me tackle this project. Good thing is, we made progress. A lot of progress, not exactly where we need to be yet, but it will happen. It will happen before Saturday because that's just what we do. All right, so that's one thing. And last week, I had problems with my legs, and my team member was just asking me about it. I had went outside, lupus, sun, not really. Those two don't really go together. But I did it, and always some kind of problem, right? But anyway, so let's go forward. I'm talking to somebody at work who is a person who's new to me, as far as I haven't known her too long. Now, mind you, there's a nurse I work with who has a lupus. There's several other people who have autoimmune disorders that I work with. And so I'm talking to this girl, and she's like, people just don't understand how tired I am. And I was like, I do. And she's like, well, I have an autoimmune disorder and most people don't get it. I said, I do. I have an autoimmune disorder. And her autoimmune disorder causes inflammation of her pancreas, which if you're diabetic, you know all about pancreas and the fact that it regulates insulin and things of that nature. And she's like, I'm not a diabetic. And she's like, I have just all these issues and I have these tumors. And I said, I understand. Totally get you. Because, of course, when I went to my doctor, they have all kinds of issues with my little organs and stuff. But whatever. It is what it is. So as we kept talking, we started talking about this one concept that comes up all the time. A lupus diet or inflammation diet. And we were talking about things that we cannot eat. Both of us cannot eat certain foods, right? And so as we're talking about the foods we can't eat, tomato pops up, red meat pops up. I say, I can't eat red meat either because it's inflammatory to the body. So whenever I eat red meat, or if I try to eat red meat, I always have some type of inflammation. So that rolls me back to what happened to me last week, because as we're talking about it, I have to tell you that although I'm aware of this, there's a certain point where sometimes you kind of just forget for a moment, and sometimes like you have a taco, you go to Taco Bell and you have a taco. When you're like, wait a minute, I shouldn't have this taco because it's going to cause me problems. Most of the time I'm thinking about, I shouldn't have the taco, it's going to cause me problems. So that's why I went the whole vegetarian route, because I can eat fish and I don't have any problems. But if I eat the rest of this stuff, I get issues. So that brings me to what I'm saying. Now, for me, beef, pork, those are two things that just don't go well with me, right? I can't really do those. So we're going through our list of things, that we can't really eat and stuff. And I said, doggone it. I remember why I was so feeling horrible last week. Because somebody else was talking about bacon. And I hadn't had bacon in a long time. I mean, I'm talking years. And the last time I had bacon, it was turkey bacon. Because that's all James ate, was turkey burgers, turkey whatever, turkey. Right? So, our job just started serving breakfast. And lo and behold, I had the piece of bacon. Because everybody was talking about bacon and bacon. And I was like, doggone it. Because, I was like, man, what did I eat? What did I do differently? What did I, man, what's going on? Bacon. So, needless to say, I won't be having any bacon anytime soon. Mind you, it had been years. It would be years before you see this sister eating bacon again. Because for me, lupus primarily attacks my joints, and you can see all the sores and all the breakouts and things that I have happening. It does wreak some havoc on my internal organs, but not nearly as much as my legs. And my legs more than anything else. But the joints in general, sometimes I feel like I'm going to just be in a wheelchair or something, or, even like where I'm walking right now. I'm walking because I committed to doing this, but every time I take a step, it hurts. But I said I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it. And I only got one day left, so, and I'm in pain all the time anyway, so it's almost like one more bit of pain. It's just, my pain is, there's levels of pain, so, anyway. So, I told that whole series of stories and that whole background history just to say, no bacon. No bacon, people. Those of us with autoimmune disorders, no bacon. So, because the girl I was talking to, she was mentioning she just had a flare up of her pancreatitis, and she's like, I don't know what it is. And when I mentioned the bacon, she said, oh my God, I had a BLT. She had a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, and she had two things that are on my no list: tomatoes and bacon. And so I just want to also point out that just because I say I am a vegetarian doesn't mean that I eat all vegetables, because some other vegetables, such as tomatoes, also cause problems for me and for her too. A lot of the nightshade vegetables kind of have some issues. They just wreak havoc on the immune system, at least for those of us with autoimmune disorders. I keep finding people and they say the same thing, right? So, bacon and tomato is a no-no. Bacon by itself is a no-no. So that's where I'm at with that. So now it's been 11 minutes of me talking, and I felt my little watch go off, so I know I've walked half of a mile, so I got a half to go. So I'm going to stop talking now while y'all look at me. I look like I'm dancing or something. And I know I'm laughing, but do believe I'm hurting. You have no idea. I'm hurting. But all right. Peace.